If you love personal development, if you love reading the books, watching the videos, listening to the podcasts, if you love just working on yourself as a person, working on healing your trauma, working on healing the emotional body, this video is really important for you because it's an essential perspective shift. And this shift dramatically changed my path of growth for the better. So I'm going to share that with you guys today. But first, my name is Naomi Dunn. I am an inner work coach and an EFT practitioner. All of my coaching sessions can be booked down below. Now, what is this perspective shift? Sometimes you could be reading the perfect book for your situation. Now, apply this to anything. This could be the book, the podcast, the video, whatever it is. Sometimes you could be reading the perfect book, listening to the perfect video, going to the perfect therapist, doing all the things perfectly that you should be doing for your growth, but it's not time yet. I'm sure you've heard before of the phrase right person, wrong time. And this is very similar when it comes to personal development as well. Sometimes we do the exact thing that our body needs, we learn the exact thing, but for some reason we feel unaligned. We feel foggy. We feel like we can't fully grasp it, like we can't fully understand it, like we can't fully allow it to work for us. And sometimes that's not because the thing doesn't work and the information in the book is not good and the words being said in those podcasts is not good for you. It's not good for you now, but it could be absolutely fantastic for you later. Have you ever read a book and for some reason you read the first chapter, it feels so unaligned, and you feel like you can't grasp or understand what the book is trying to say? And then maybe 1 month, 1 year, a couple years later, you go back to the book and you can understand it. You actually read it as if it's a completely different book. This is so common with personal development because there are things we often have to go through in life. There are certain perspective shifts we need to have. There's certain areas of growth that are needed for us to sometimes have the ability to fully take in the thing that's going to help us, the information, that book, that podcast. Sometimes it's the right book, the right teacher, the right coach. Everything is right, but it's the wrong time for you. So, what do we do with this information? The first thing is we have self compassion when we're trying to do certain things, but if they don't align with us, we have the self compassion and the knowing that it is okay to put the book down. It's okay to stop learning that topic. It's okay to stop trying to heal a specific trauma during this time if it feels really unaligned for you. If you just have this feeling like it's not working out, and for some reason, you may intuitively know that it's not meant to work out for you. Because a lot of the time, you have that feeling because it's not meant to work for you yet. There are things you need to learn first, there are experiences that you need to have first. This video is essentially to give you that self compassion, to give you the permission to give yourself self compassion when things aren't working out perfectly, when you're not learning the way that you want to be learning. Have enough self compassion to realize, okay, the information could be amazing, but maybe it's not for me yet. Maybe I don't need to dive into this specific trauma yet. Maybe I don't need to learn about this specific topic yet. And if you are meant to learn it, if you are on the path of wanting to grow as a person and you genuinely want to develop yourself and you have an open mind, what will happen is you will naturally gravitate towards the topics, towards the videos, towards the books. Your body will feel drawn to the things that are going to help you. And if you're trying to work on something by learning something and it just doesn't feel aligned yet, realize that if it's meant to work for you later on down the line, you will naturally feel drawn. You'll get this idea inside of you, maybe I should try that book again. Maybe I should try learning about this specific topic again. Maybe I should watch these videos again. You'll get the desire naturally to go towards the things that will help you heal. But if it feels forced right now, then maybe it's because you're not meant to learn about it yet. You're not meant to go down that path yet, and that's completely okay. Because there are other things you're meant to learn right now. There are other experiences you're meant to have, and maybe you're not even meant to learn anything right now. You're just meant to embody the information you have already learned previously. You're just meant to continue to live life embodying the things that you have already learned and practicing those things so that you actually apply them and keep them as habits for life. When it comes to these things, we cannot force them. We can't force the path that we're supposed to be on. We cannot force ourselves to learn the things that our bodies are not ready to learn yet. We cannot force ourselves to heal in areas that our bodies are not ready to heal yet. So have compassion. And the next thing I want to say is I want you to become familiar. When I now read books or listen to certain things and I have that feeling of it being unaligned, I can immediately detect that it is unaligned for me because I've become so familiar with the feeling in the body. And it always comes back later. If I rewatch that video in a year's time, if I read that video in a year's time, and it all makes sense, it always clicks in my head that, I was accurate. When I put that book down, it was because I wasn't meant to continue that book then, but I'm meant to now. And the feeling has to become a feeling that you become familiar with so that you're not trying to force your way through personal development. You're not trying to create extra steps that don't need to be there. You're not making the process more difficult for yourself. By allowing yourself to listen to what's aligned and what's not, you're allowing the path to be so much smoother and for it to be easier and for it to be more enjoyable. Because when we try to force ourselves to do things and to listen to things and read things that feel unaligned to the body that we just can't get through, it becomes unenjoyable and becomes something that we don't want to continue with. And that's the last thing we want, because we're on this journey of personal development so we can better ourselves and be better people and show up better in the world and feel better in this world. It's not to create an additional chore. It's okay if it's not aligned with you and it's aligned with somebody else, because it could be aligned with you next week, but you may have one specific experience that you need to experience first in order for it to align and make sense and for it to work for you. Because sometimes we're trying to make things work for us now, but they're not meant to work for us now because of a beautiful outcome that's going to come later, but can only come if we allow certain experiences to happen first, certain things that we have to learn first, certain perspective shifts to happen first. We won't allow that if we're trying to force ourselves to learn and do things that our body is telling us it's not time to learn and it's not time to do. And this is, of course, extremely important with trauma as well. So allow the path to be easier and allow yourself to recognize, become very familiar with what is aligned and what is not. I tend to actually feel foggy and I feel a little bit down when I'm trying to force myself to learn and to grasp things that my body is not ready to learn and grasp yet. And when it is time for me to learn and grasp those things, it feels light, it feels enjoyable, I'm intrigued by it. Yes, of course, there's difficulty, especially with trauma healing. We sometimes have to go over the hump of processing the pain. But that doesn't mean necessarily it's aligned or unaligned, but you will feel drawn to the trauma healing that works for you when it's time for it to work for you, or you're really fed up with the effects the trauma has had on your life and you're ready for that change. If you feel ready to process a specific trauma or to move over a specific limiting belief or limitation internally that you've been struggling with for a long time, I also offer one-on-one coaching to help people with that. This is what I love to do. I hope this perspective shift helped you the way that it helped me, because I felt such relief when I heard this and when I grasped this, because I no longer try to force things that didn't need to be forced. And my personal development path, it's never linear. I want you to understand that it's never fully linear, but it became easier and it became smoother because I wasn't trying to control it. I wasn't being a control freak over it. I was allowing it to feel more easy and for it to flow better for myself so I could actually gain more benefits from working on myself in this way. Thank you for watching. If you want more perspective shifts, which is something I love talking about on this channel, I will put my playlist of perspective shifts somewhere on the screen here, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.